Hello there, and you're very welcome along to episode 40 of the Football Pod. And it is a milestone podcast because we have our very first championship medal on the podcast. James O'Donoghue, congratulations. You've got out of bed, you're recording the pod. Show us your medals.
Yeah, no medal yet, but not nice to get up today after winning it yesterday. Job done. Quick championship this year. We only had, I'd say it was all over in about 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So, thoroughly enjoyed it. Good night last night. No, we went down to the Shire. They sponsor East Kerry, so Ali Favir there put on a nice show for us. So really great time. Nice, nice to wrap up after a good championship with a win, like that.
And did you stay there?
We stayed there for the majority of the night. Yeah, in fairness, he threw out a few drinks, so
can't complain. Relatively fresh today. I didn't know what to expect, Jimmy. When I've seen the results yesterday, I was like, that fella, we'll have to drag him out of babies or something. But
the boys just texted me there. They're all gone out again, but we have the intermediate semi-final on the weekend, Legion and Gaeltacht. So I said I promised I'd behave today, and then once Legion is finished, we'll have a good cut off it then.
Yeah. Okay.
Non-stop, isn't it? Like
if it a 2-day session, you'd want definitely a 2-week break then before another big game.
Once you get into your 30s, the second day knocks the shit out of you.
It does. If I went out today, I'd be coming around probably Thursday. And next thing, the game, you wake up Friday and at the game Sunday, then so it's too short.
Well, it's nice to see that your maturity on the pitch is reflected off the pitch as well, because
work-life balance.
Very mature performance yesterday, James. Like we have a comment in here. It's from Gary Duffy.
Mature, that is not what anyone called me after I got sent off in the other game.
Yeah, this one's from Gary Duffy.
They were calling me.
And I thought Gary Duffy nailed it yesterday. He said James O'Donoghue, he strutted around Kerry like the Perlo of the GA yesterday at passing masterclass. And it was absolutely delightful to watch. I stuck up a tweet a couple of minutes in when Paddy Clifford played it outside the left boot, passing to Dave, and it went over the bar. What a ball from Paddy. But I shouldn't have started because that wasn't the only good pass of the day. James, you turned around a couple of minutes later, a lovely little daisy cutter outside the left boot, wasn't it?
Outside the left, yeah. I don't think
Did
I have
mean that one
right in the locker.
Did you mean that one?
I mean it. What was I doing?
I just thought you could have crossed it a bit too much.
Oh, as in, yeah, I probably didn't catch it 100% sweet, all right.
Yeah, but still, it worked out. When you have a boy like David Clifford inside, he'll take it any which way.
Yeah, slash it in.
Once it goes anywhere in his direction, he's probably catching it. Like
that drop, roll, bounce, point over the shoulder at the start of the second half.
Incredible.
That it is incredible though, isn't it? Because sometimes
you know what that is. Do you know what that is? That is actually a strength and conditioning strength and conditioning coach's drill. Do you ever see, when you're doing your warm up or whatever, and it was actually Ciaquin O'Neill who brought it into Kerry, you'd kick past and then tumble. So you'd have to actually fall on the ground, roll, push yourself back up, and then kick a pass. So it's actually, he actually practiced that. It was unreal because the ground was so soft the last day, you actually wouldn't realize it. But he was kind of just bouncing off it so easy, like the power and everything to get up off the ground so quickly. It was unreal.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I can picture a dogging session when you're running and maybe you're starting on the ground or you're rolling after a sprint, but actually kicking is brought into it as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just a kick passing drill, but
paid off
and bounce back out of it. But even when you're falling, to still have the hands to catch it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It is impressive.
And come here, when you say it was only 7 or 8 weeks of a championship, like it really felt like that East Kerry team had clicked. I know you've got stars across the board, but that doesn't make it any easier. Like, was that all you had together? 8 weeks.
Yeah, I was on.
Some of them have played together over the last couple of years. They have won championships together.
To be fair, yeah, the lads have. They've had that team kind of going for a couple of years now. Kind of a younger crowd. They were all in school together, probably playing with these Kerry teams all the way up. They have a good bond. So it probably didn't take too much work to get clicking, but it is kind of a pity that it's over, because if we'd another couple of games, I reckon we could have gone up another level.
Yeah. I got a text yesterday from a former Football Pod presenter who said, bloody hell, James O'Donoghue, David Clifford, Paddy Clifford in a full forward line is a cheat code. It's only a pity we don't get to see them go on in Munster, and see what they do somewhere else. It would be good to see.
Would East Kerry win the All-Ireland Club Championship? They'd be in the mix.
Here, East Kerry are probably in Division 2 of the football.
They'd be in the mix.
The thing is,
we said it, Jimmy, and you said it. Good players can play together.
Yeah.
Okay, you mightn't have as much time in the training pitch, but the best players, they just understand it doesn't take much time for them to bed in, like, and you could see that in some of your games already, like, so. Yeah, congrats, I'd say.
Yeah,
sound.
I just bear with me for a second, because it definitely felt like at half time you came out wanting to put the game to bed. Like, James, you have, I think, about 14 touches in the first 4 minutes of the second half. You get a booking. Thought it was pretty harsh. But were you trying to pull down his jocks or something? I don't know what happened there. But
I was trying to get my yellow early, so I didn't have to tackle anymore.
Clifford school of thought, like.
Well, Clifford followed him
to tackle again, like.
Clifford followed
After
him a
my
minute
first
later.
foul, I was going like this, like the soccer players going, book me.
It felt like you were going out to settle the game then. And, David Clifford, speaking after the game, said that it felt like he hadn't clicked in some of the games earlier in the year, but you definitely clicked in that second half.
But I mean, you can't click in that weather in terms of playing great football. Like, and so the couple of the games we played in a quarterfinal and a semi-final against Dingles, as you call them. And it was absolutely torrential rain, wind howling. Do you know, it's a different kind of performance at that stage. So then when the weather does hold up and you can play a bit of ball, it's nice to actually avail of it then, do you know?
Yeah.
But we went in at halftime 4 up, and like, I suppose we were half disappointed, you know, that we weren't more up, but you have to set yourself and go 4 points up at halftime in the final is a great position to be in. Do you know, you can't go in shouting and roaring or saying you should have done this, you should have done that. You're 4 points up, just go out, and then a good 15 minutes will nearly take care of it. You know, you should be pull away if you have a good 15 minutes. So the Dubs used to always call it the championship quarter, didn't they? The 15 minutes after the halftime is so important, like, because then no matter what position you're in with 10 or 15 minutes to go, if you're
in the mix,
as you say, smart enough, you can kind of see out the game, or you can claw back, whatever. Once you're in a good position, yeah. So you might as well go balls at it for 15 minutes after halftime and see what you can do. We missed a lot of chances though at the start of the half as well. I topped a shot and missed a goal chance. And
that was a good save.
Missed another couple.
It was a good save.
Yeah. I think I didn't say it back, but I think I should have gone around him. He came out very fast. I don't even know what I did.
You snapped at it. It went high.
Yeah. I don't think I had enough time to drop it low enough to kick it low. Do you know?
Yeah.
I should have gone around him, I think, in hindsight.
Good stuff. And were you happy with your own performance?
Yeah, it was. I think once we got the scores, I was happy enough. Like, we got 116. Like, we only scored about 1-8 or 9 against Dingle the first or in the semi-finals. So we wanted to score a bit more. So that was the main goal, really, to get enough scores, and we did that. So I'd say we worked well as a unit up front. So we played that 2-2-2 formation that I was saying.
And
2
you were
inside,
playing deeper.
2 outside, and 2 wing forwards dropping back.
Yourself and Paddy.
Yeah.
In that
I think it's a nice system. It works well. Like, if you're 2 half forwards, just drop back a bit of protection. If they're good kick passers, then you can really play. If you're 2 outside, say you're 2 in the middle, kind of say myself and Paddy, if you can kind of receive a few kick passes and move it on as well, it opens teams up. Do you know?
Yeah.
If you're constantly running the ball up and down the field, like, it's draining and it's hard to score. Like,
yeah. Okay. And listen, is that your first championship, man?
Yeah. Lost the replay with Legion in 15.
Okay.
So first medal, yeah.
And the feeling at the final whistle?
Feeling was, relief, excitement for celebrations and stuff like that, you know. Definitely different feeling. Like, you know, when you're playing with your club, it's life or death, and your everything is on the line, and it's just more intense pressure. But I think that this year, playing with East Kerry in the championship, it was very much more kind of playing good football, just trying to get over the line with playing the right way. And it was, so to get it done like that was nice. It wasn't as kind of intense, because, you know, when you're with your club, you're grinding out a result by a point or two in every game.
Yeah.
But we were able to kind of pull away. So I saw there was a couple of tweets about, like, that after the game, there was no jumping and roaring at the final whistle, but, like, we were 9 or 10 points up. Like, the game was probably over for 10 minutes. We'd nearly done our celebrating before that.
100%.
So it was a bit subdued, but when there's 9 points in it, it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like every story is different, you know, for different clubs. We're going to go through some of the club winners from the weekend. One story that jumped out was Westport winning the Mayo Senior Final. They're Intermediate All-Ireland champions in 2017. I think Temple No actually won the junior that year. They've kind of gone similar enough journeys in terms of where they've gone to. Westport, it felt like one was coming for them. When you saw Lee Keegan, did you see the photo of Lee Keegan?
Photo, yeah, he enjoyed that.
Class.
Yeah.
He described as one of the best days of his time playing GA, or maybe even the best. They bet Ballina 1-9 to 1-6 the weekend. So I know a couple of the lads from Westport. They're actually missing quite a few players. Colin Moran was injured. Conor McGrainer, who would have played senior football with Wicklow and transferred down this year, did his ACL in July. He would have been starting for them. And they had a couple of other boys missing as well. So looking at them, their Monday club, James, is in full flow today. The bank holiday definitely suited the Westport boys down.
Westport is like, what a town to win it in. Like,
yeah,
is Westport good crack, is it?
Yeah.
I've actually never been there.
Oh yeah, we must organise a roadshow in Westport.
That'll be a good day.
Oh, McLaughlin was gone too from them. Wing back.
Is he still out with the knee? No, he's not out with the knee.
Yeah, he's injured anyway. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So Westport are going on to play Moy Cullen of Galway, who had a late win against Salthill Knocknacarra. John O'Mahony, Salthill Knocknacarra, 110 to 1-9. Peter Cook had a massive role to play in Moy Cullen's win. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on for next year, whether we'll see Peter Cook next year. They'll play each other in
2 weeks time.
In 2 weeks' time, I think. Yeah. In Clare, very low scoring game, but Éire Óg Ennis have won back-to-back Clare senior titles. They bet Ennis Diamond by 9 points to 6. They go on to face the Waterford champions of Munster, which is Denier, who bet Rathcormac this weekend, and the winners down go on to play Cairns O'Rahilly in Munster.
Cairns O'Rahilly's.
What did I say?
Cairns O'Rahilly.
So Karen O'Rahilly.
Cairns O'Rahilly's.
I'm only joking. Cairns O'Rahilly's. I sincerely apologise to everyone for butchering your names every single week.
Strand Road. Go Strand Road for Cairns O'Rahilly's.
Strand Road. Okay.
How will they get Are Nemo going to win the Munster Club? Do we think?
I must say I was surprised at that result that they cut the Bars by.
Yeah.
They beat them had enough in by 3 or 4 points.
2-9 to 116.
They kick 116. That's good scoring against the Bars.
Yeah, it really is. I saw the Bars beat Stacks last year in the Munster Club final, and they were very, very impressive.
Yeah, it's hard to keep going. Like, you know,
they won the hurling a few weeks ago too. Like, and I think they have a couple involved. So,
who are we tipping for the Munster Club then? What's the thoughts on Cairns O'Rahilly's, Jimmy?
Rallies are strong. You got David Moore and Tommy Walsh, Barry John Keane, Jack Savage, Cormac Coffey.
Aren't Jack Savage and Cormac Coffey in Dubai at the minute? They're being flown back and forth.
They're being flown back and forth.
They're going to go back for the Munster Club, are they?
They'll be back, yeah. They'll be back for it.
Those air miles aren't easy on the body.
No. Well, Jack Savage came back on the Thursday before the club final on the Sunday, and Cormac came back on the Saturday before the Sunday and played well. Do you know? But it's hard to keep that going, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd almost be dreading the match rather than looking forward to it if you knew you had. Like, they're flying into Dublin. It's 7 hours, Dubai, Dublin, and 3.5 down.
Kerry to Dublin. Dublin to Kerry is nearly worse than.
Yeah, 3.5, 4 hours. You're looking at 12-hour shift. Like.
Yeah, that's tough going. Well, I suppose Cairns O'Rahilly are into the semi-final already, so maybe they'll take it as they come.
Yeah, they might stay. Is it back to back, week on week? They might stay around for a week.
Oh no, I think there's a little bit more time. Is there?
I think there's a couple of weeks between them. Yeah.
So who the
Rallies on the box?
The Rallies of Clare.
The Clare or Waterford champions, I believe, are on their side of the draw.
So they could have Nemo in a final if they get there.
And then the last county final to be played this year is going to be Newcastle West against Adair in Limerick, and they go on to play the winners of Nemo and Clonmel Commercials. Clonmel Commercials lads are a very strong team in Tippett.
They beat Nemo a couple of years ago in the Munster final.
A last minute goal, yeah. Quinlivan scored a last minute goal. Yeah, he's fond of them. So that is how Munster is shaping up. I'll just go through some of the other winners before we go through the provinces then. What else do we have this weekend? In Fermanagh, Enniskillen and Gales bet Earn Gales in the refixed final, 3-12 to 11 points. In London, in the replay, St. Kiernan's bet Fulham Irish by 13 points to 8. That was in a replay. Denier, as I mentioned, bet Rathcormac 10 points to 8. And in Tyrone last night, Ergal Kieran won their first county title in quite a while. 2-11 to 112. 10 years, yeah. But they always seem like they're favourites. And they won last night. Rory and Derek Canavan both playing an important role in that game. So that looked like a great game, 2-11 to 112. A decade for some is a drought, as we heard Kerry saying earlier on. So, Ergal Kieran got over the line there. But Ulster is really shaping up to be a cracking provincial championship. Aaron's own Carrigan of Antrim, Cross McGlen from Armagh, Gowna from Cavan, Glen and Derry, Naomh Conall and Donegal, Kilcoo and Down, Enniskin and Gales, Ballybay and Ergal Kieran. So that will be a fun championship to keep an eye on.
You always felt like whoever comes out of the Ulster club are right in the mix for the All-Ireland, generally favourites. Cross McGlen are on telly this weekend against Ballybay on Saturday night. There was Ureen O'Neill, young McConville as well. Jamie Clark is still doing his thing, so I think Cross McGlen could be dangerous in that. And I think Crokes are playing Naas on Sunday on telly as well. Crokes, obviously, the Shane Walsh show. So it'd be interesting to see how they go on the Leinster Club Championship as well now. So
100%. Yeah.
Glenn Kerry man playing for Cross McGlen, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Is there?
Chris Crowley, he's from Glenflesk. He actually played for Carlow against G Paddy.
Oh, really?
Do you remember? Was it the time Connolly got sent off? Actually,
17. Yeah,
he was playing that time. Yeah,
Carlo Rising,
sticky back, very good player.
Carlo
Cross McGlen.
Oh yeah, that was good. Remember that?
That was a close one. He nearly beat there.
Yeah, 15 points. I think it was maybe.
I think it was actually 17-9.
No, that is tight now. Yeah, 8 points.
Yeah. Glen Ergal Kieran is a Ergal Kieran. I'm getting in trouble with these names here. That's a game we're keeping an eye on as well. That should be a good one in Ulster quarterfinal. And then in Leinster, you mentioned Kilmacud Naas, Paddy. We'll have the Downs up against RD St. Mary's.
Who's over Naas at the moment? Actually, remember Naas had a fiasco with their manager last year, didn't they?
Yeah, Shane McCallaghan took over mid-season.
And playing.
Yeah. They played Crokes in the Leinster semi-final last year. Or was it the final? Semi-final, I think, in Croker.
The semi-finals were on in Croke Park.
Yeah. Remember they played it just for pitches, like. I don't know who's over them now.
Joe Murphy is over them now as a Carlow native. I can't actually remember for the life of me the name of the Naas manager who actually stepped away 2 weeks before they won Leinster, but he's actually involved now in the backroom team in inter-county level next year. I should have dug out his name before I said that, but I know it's true. Speaking of management appointments this year, Roscommon got the job done. The Rossies have finally appointed their new manager. It's an interesting take. Davy Burke is coming on board. Mark McHugh is joining him as a coach. Donegal's 2012 All-Ireland winner. Be interesting to see how that goes. They've got a young enough backroom team going around them in Roscommon as well. So remains to be seen what happens in that county over the next couple of weeks and months. But Division 1 next year, it's going to be straight into the frying pan for the boys. Tough going. Few other bits and pieces, lads. We might come back to that in a minute. I think we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back then talking a bit about the All-Star Awards on Friday night and a few other bits and pieces from the weekend's football.
Lovely.
Hello there, and you're very welcome back to episode 40 of the Football Pod with Paddy Andrews and James O'Donoghue. Yes, this is a East Kerry jersey. Ollie Favere sent them in, James. They're lovely.
Must have, yeah.
Lovely.
He's the owner of the Shire.
Paddy, throw it on.
It doesn't fit me anymore, lads.
I'll tell you what, Tommy, your biceps are popping out of that.
Well, I shouldn't have gone for the medium. I shouldn't have gone for the medium.
XL I got and it's still tight.
It's a nice jersey, you know.
It's a lovely jersey. And the black one as well. Ollie said he was having a look at the black kit for us. He might send a black.
The black ones are savage, yeah.
They're class. They're really nice. I asked for number 15 on the back and JOD, but it didn't get delivered.
If I send this to you, Jimmy, will you get Clifford to sign it for me?
I will send it on down the post.
It is reckless the amount of autographs that man has to sign after the game, isn't it?
Oh, he's tortured, I'd say, yeah.
Like, I saw you posing for a couple of selfies, James.
I was calling kids over. I was like, come on, take one of me.
You knew the cameras were on you.
Do you know what? He's brilliant, though, in fairness to him. He gives everyone the time, but geez, it must be hard work, like, at times. He's gone to a different level, like, you know, he's not just a well-known footballer, like he is fucking full-on famous, like, you know.
Transcending the sport.
He is transcending the sport at the moment. The boys were saying that even up at the All-Stars, that like the hurlers were nearly fangirling him, like.
She wouldn't be surprised. Like.
Yeah. But no, it's deserved. He's sensational.
Our all-star, were we right in saying we got 14 of the 15 right on the football pad?
Yeah, just Tom Sullivan. That was a joke. How he didn't get one.
I'm pretty sure I didn't put him in my team. That was my team.
Oh, let me check, Paddy. You might have actually had. You see, Paddy, you had 7 dubs, so you actually didn't get them all right.
No, I didn't have in.
If you're in the top 3 for player of the year before the final, how would you fall out of the top 15 then?
I agree. I do think Tom Sullivan.
Yeah, it would be possibly harsh. Like Shane Walsh was incredible in the final, but
exactly. But it's not like Shane Walsh was dumbing him and making a fool of him.
Yeah,
he was kicking points from 50 yards.
Was that the only one we didn't have in?
Yeah,
on the official football pad.
It was good going.
14 or 15.
Put our brains together.
Think we didn't put in Gavin White, but that was Gavin.
I had Gavin White in my team.
The Clarny man.
Yeah, I had White in my team, but I also had Tom Sullivan in there. I didn't have Liam Silk. Liam Silk had a great year, so look at it. It
was very good in the final as well. Sean
they're tough. They're tough to call, but we did well. 14 out of 15 lads. I would take that. Paddy,
there's not many other people who got. I'd say nobody would have got that 15.
Football pod sets the agenda, lads. That's the story.
Paddy, you had like your back 6 was reckless. I think you got 4 out of 15 right here.
I had Macker in, did I?
You have Macker in midfield.
But, you and Macker for player of the year and everything. Over that double.
Oh man,
fuck
that! Dash it in.
Yeah. But
the Talta Cup was where we were getting slated because we didn't have all Cavan.
We can't do. Yeah, we'll have to take it. It was a load of pressure next year.
All stars, did they?
They did. They won. They won 4 all stars in the Talta Cup team of the year. Westmeath had 6 winners. Sligo had 3. Offaly had 1 and Leitrim had 1. We actually weren't that far off with the Talchin Cup team of the year either. But do you know what? It's nice to mix them around because there was plenty of quality on show this year, and that's actually pretty good thing about this year is that there were awards for both. I think that was great. And you got to see that. For the lads on Friday night, James, like obviously Paddy, David, Shane Ryan, who else would have been up in it from East Kerry?
From East Kerry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. The Cliffords and Shane Ryan, yeah.
Yeah. They're out first on Saturday morning. Yeah.
They probably had to take it handy enough.
Oh yeah, they did, yeah. Came down Saturday morning and had their celebrations last night and today instead.
Class.
So it'd be worth it for.
That's the way to do
for
it.
player of the year.
Do you know what? The best of those awards that I was at, Paddy, were you at it? The Daily Star one.
Do you remember the match ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a man of the match.
You got man of the match in the Star. You got a night out of it and an award, and it was unreal. It was savage.
I was like,
yeah.
It was the same type of gig, but it was just looser, wasn't it? Like
it was so loose, so loose.
What year is this?
Every year.
It's every year, and once you get a championship, man the match.
Do you remember which year you're talking about, James? No.
I was there in
13, 15.
I was 14 and 15. I got 13, 14, maybe 15. I'd say I got 3 out of it, yeah. With Niall Quinn was speaking at one of them. He was class.
He's a good man for night out now. Fair enough.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Great man for a story.
But because the All-Stars are a bit serious.
They're a bit more formal.
Yeah.
Is that just a TV
element of it? Than fucking what you're doing.
This TV thing only goes on for like 45 minutes. And then you're down to the main hall bit. And then you get on it then. Like,
the Kerry boys seem to bring all their families up. Is that always done? Like they brought their partners and their parents?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah?
Is that always the case?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
It's a big family thing, like, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's class. David Clifford crowned Footballer of the Year. Jack Lynn was crowned Young Footballer of the Year after Galway made their way to the All-Ireland Football Final. James, back in 2014, did you know you were going to win Footballer of the Year?
A week before or something, yeah.
Did you?
Give you a heads up, yeah.
Okay, I didn't
know
that.
I backed it then.
Still looks like that.
I knew because I had to go up then for like a photo or something like that. I could take a photo with a car, but there was no car.
But then there used to be. Remember there was. Remember the GPA awards were separate.
Yeah. So you got the 2 awards. Yeah.
But you got a few quid as well, didn't you?
You definitely got a car for the GPA one, wasn't it?
And then they amalgamated them together. It was like maybe raw deal there. Sheffield must have had about 4 cars afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could cash it in, like.
Yeah.
Cash it in, it's probably worth 25 grand.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet. Yeah, so I'd say you get told maybe the week before or whatever.
Okay.
And there's a few bob in it for an All-Star as well, I think.
There you are.
1,500.
Pay for play, basically.
Yeah. Wages.
And when you're told, like, is that like a holy shit, I've won an All-Star? I'm sorry, I've won Footballer of the Year? Like, it's like, can you be honest now? Did you have that moment where like, this is class? Did you?
Who rang you, Jimmy? Who rings you? Was the GPA?
I forget.
Or who?
I'm not sure.
Like, were you already on such a high because you won your All-Ireland
All-Star
medal that nothing came close to it? Or was it like, oh my God, this is savage?
I don't know. I can't remember. I was definitely delighted. All right. I was definitely delighted.
He's rattled there. Look at him. He's not himself today.
No, I was buzzing for it, yeah. But there was just so much going on. There's so much going on. It's just kind of like another thing at the time, do you know?
Yeah.
You don't actually appreciate
You
it
weren't there,
when you're going through it. Like,
You weren't there. So you're like,
I was more worried about the car. I was like, surely no.
Is there anything else with this?
I was hanging around after the photos just with the hand out.
Waiting.
So will I take this bad boy away or what?
Yeah.
But no, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. But I remember in 13, we didn't have, so it was announced live. So I didn't know I was getting an All-Star that year. I didn't think I was getting one.
Remember they did that in Croker?
Was that in Croker?
Croker?
Yeah, it was in Croker Park, yeah. It was on in Croker, yeah. And so I was just sitting there minding my own business really, and I got one in. So that was a nice buzz because I didn't think I got one. Yeah, that was cool.
Who got player of the year in 13?
Was it Andy?
No, Andy was 17. 2013 was Michael Darragh Macaulay.
Player of the year?
If I remember correctly, yeah.
Was he?
I get it now.
He missed an absolute sitter of a goal chance against us in 13.
In the semi?
Yeah.
Did he win player of the year that year?
Michael Darragh Macaulay, 2013, yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was a wrecking ball. Yeah.
We had a question in actually earlier on. It was a good one. I'll drag it up here.
It's not something to do with cheese again, is it?
Have we ever seen a club team with 2 footballers of the year in the full forward line? But we would have. Okay, so obviously, James, I know you're playing a withdrawn half forward role, the Perlo style.
False 9
or whatever it was. Obviously,
Bernard
Brogan, Alan Brogan won 2010 and 2011. So they would have obviously played in the same full forward line together. Trying to think though, did it happen outside of that? Obviously, Footballer of the Year is only really
Bernard Allen won back to back, yeah.
They went back to back in 10 and 11. Carl Lacey won in 2012. Michael Darragh Macaulay in 13. Our James O'Donoghue in 2014. Jack McCaffrey, Lee Keegan, Andy Moran, Brian Fenton, Stephen Cluxton, Brian Fenton again.
The Clucker win player of the year and didn't get an All-Star or something. Was there some bullshit like?
No, I think there was a couple of years ago that David Clark did win All-Stars and Stephen Cluxton didn't.
Yeah,
right. It was like the Gooch thing. It was so obvious for Cluxton to get an All-Star that they almost said, "Fuck, we won't give it to him." Kind of thing. Do you know?
There was a bit of that, but he only has like 4 or something. Was he 4 or 5? And he won
I'm not
early. He got an All-Star now too. Like
he's 6 All-Stars. It's enough.
Clucker should have 16 All-Stars. Like he should be up there with the chef for the most. Like
who stopped him from getting them? Did Beggar?
Well, in fairness,
Clark was good now.
Cluxton's first All-Star is 2002.
Yeah,
and but
Tommy Lyons was coach still.
Yeah, like his last All-Star is 2019. Like that is remarkable. It is the same kind of when you think of Henry Shefflin. Henry Shefflin wins something like Hurler of the Year in 2002, 2006, 2012. It's like start, middle, end of his career. He wins Hurler of the Year, which is just ridiculous. Like,
did Henley got one? I'd say, did he?
No, it was David Clark got a couple. Henley never got an All-Star.
I'd say Clark must have got one. Did he get more than one?
No,
I think he only got one. He put me on the spot here, lad. So I'm
Tommy,
so you want to be Googling as we're talking. But James, any words of advice as a former footballer of the year for what David Clifford has ahead of him this year? Is there much that happens with it, or do you just roll with it?
He'll be fine. No, roll away. There's so much coming at him now that he'll just roll into next year. They have the holiday coming up. Mind himself on that. Straight into next year. He's on the crest of a wave. He just has to enjoy it. As soon as he starts overthinking it, it could become an issue, but he won't, because there's too much going on for him.
Yeah.
And he is the world at his feet now.
Yeah. Was there much of a difference? The last time you were in a dressing room with David Clifford was the summer of 21. Was there much of a difference when you step back in this August, September, back with East Kerry, in terms of the man you were looking at on a football pitch?
Maybe physically. Still, honestly, the soundest bloke you could meet. Just level-headed, sound fella.
Good laugh.
Loves the crack.
Yeah.
Which is important. You need a bit of personality as well, to go places. He has
a bit about you,
Yeah, he definitely has that. Physically, all right, he's filled out a lot. And he has power as well. He doesn't just have strength. He kind of prances around a bit as well, off the ground. He can he has that sharpness where he can stop and go the other direction just as quick as a fella 5'9", 5'10". I always say he's 6'2" or 3", but he plays like someone who's 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah. That drop and roll point was like a 5'9", 5'10" footballer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not
something Peter Canavan might have done.
Yeah. There's not many fellas his size that would be able to do that.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
We're putting their back out or something. How tall are you actually, Tom?
I'm 6'2".
What?
6'2". Hey, you better start practicing that now.
I know, 100%.
But he very physically strong, and just the confidence. We're playing well. You just get confidence. He's playing well in every game. So the confidence just through the roof. So you can it's actually infectious for everyone else when you have someone of that level, and you have someone who's playing out of their skin who can turn a game for you or just kick you on another level. It's great to have around.
I can't remember.
You need that aura in great teams.
I can't remember who played the last pass for him for his point in injury time, but it was a lovely ball over the top.
Paul O'Shea.
Was it Paul O'Shea? It was Paul O'Shea.
Paul O'Shea.
Obviously, they're cousins, right? So it wouldn't have made that much of a difference to him. But there's just a moment where David Clifford turns around and just goes, "Go pass, go pass."
Thanks,
I'd say everyone would just love to be that guy. Go, "Thanks, David." Yeah. Cheers.
Good man.
Yeah. Look at he's class. Yeah. Right. This is the tone of the questions that are coming as well, James. I just don't people think I don't think we comprehend what we're looking at when we're seeing him. Even that point he scores in the first half, the one just before half time where he just throws his right leg at it and it goes 150 yards in the air and curls back over the bar. There's just freakish stuff happening all game long. For James, is Jimbo happy with his off-season leg gains? The man is pulling up those shorts like it's nobody's business.
You always fancied that. You always had the little shorts on, 32.
Yeah.
I did a 30.
It's more comfortable and they'd be in the way otherwise.
Yeah.
It's trend setting, all the kids are doing it now.
Big baggy ones, 3/4 lengths.
I hate a baggy shorts. It's terrible. It's worse than a baggy jersey.
Arse hanging out.
Socks up as well. You used to wear socks up, didn't you? I could never do socks up. Socks down, shorts up.
John in Strabane. James looking mightily tanned compared to the other Kerry lads. How many 5-minute holidays did the boy take this year?
Yeah. Now we're getting into it.
Bullshit. No, I would never, ever. I was actually away. I was away 5 times this year, I'd say. I was in Cayman Islands, Alicante, Majorca, Prague.
We're never home, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Prague. I remember when you got back from Prague, you were shook as a duck.
I was.
You're under pressure.
That was a hard pod.
The camera off. Still there, Jimmy. Yeah.
The Homer Simpson glasses with the eyes open on them.
Look at that myself now.
In terms of 2 footballer of the years on the same team as well, Mark and Tomás O'Shea from Untitled would have also won.
Oh yeah.
So
Mark was what, 07. Tomás was 05.
05 and 07, yeah. 05 and 07.
We got it 05 and Toronto bet them, maybe.
Yes. That's surprising that they didn't.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't 05. Let me just double check that so we have it, but it wasn't.
04 maybe.
04 beat Mayo.
Topped off now on the final.
Gooch would have been disappointed there.
Yeah, he'd be secretly raging like. Oh
He
well, done,
was
like,
he
well
was lawless that time.
raging, like.
How has Colin Cooper never won?
Is he not one player there?
No, it was like that. It was too obvious because he was so good.
The Gooch should have got some of those ones. Yeah,
That is ridiculous.
Gooch was frightening. I love seeing clips sometimes online of Gooch coming up again because you would forget how good he was. Like, he was sensational. Every skill in the book. And as well, do you know what? He plotted his way around the game. He didn't just play off the cuff. Everything had a reason or a method.
Different to the Cliff. Like. The Cliff is a different animal. Like.
Yeah, they're different players, but like the intelligence of Gooch.
Gooch was a beautiful player.
Who?
Gooch was just beautiful. Like,
yeah. But
the
he
way
was,
he played,
he was tough.
playmaking, scoring, the whole 9 yards. Clifford's more just an animal. Like.
Yeah. Clifford's like Haaland.
Yeah.
Gooch would be like
Messi.
Yeah. That is it. Like, yeah. Similar.
Go.
But Gooch, like, if he win the dirtiest ball as well, like out in front, up high, down low.
Stuff now as well, yeah.
He was very hardy.
Yeah.
He'd
have to be though.
Like, he'd never touched a weight in his life, but he had big legs. And he used to always get his arse in the way of the defender. So he didn't have to use his upper body much, like. And always win the ball. Savage hands. In 2004, I remember talking to some of the players about it. They went with the tactic of Route 1.
Yeah.
They had, and it was Gooch up there, like, do you know, it wasn't like they had.
That's the final where he catch it over his head.
He got that unbelievable.
I think, is it? He didn't win player of the year that year. Yeah, shambles. See, lads, the All-Stars are player of the year. It's nonsense.
It is really like. It's a nice day out, like, but.
Paddy, you can empathise.
Well, it's a load of bollocks. Like.
But that time, they were launching it from their half-back line. I remember Fitzmaurice kicked in the ball to Gooch that time from the half-back line with snow on it.
Yes.
And Gooch was light. And he wins it in the air 20 yards out from goal. Like, it's incredible. A couple of dummies back in the net.
Yeah, have that.
Bitch. Yeah. He had more than just, like, the skills. Like, he had the rough stuff as well, I think. He doesn't get appreciated for that enough, I think.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah. So, James, attention turns to Gaeltacht this weekend for Clarny Legion.
Does indeed.
Yeah, so that's Sunday, 2:00.
Sunday back in Austin Stack Park in Tralee. Guaranteed storm.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
It'll be windy.
I'll tell you, might tune in for that one.
Huh?
Might tune in for that one.
No, it's not on telly this week, Paddy.
It might be on Clubber.
If it was in the UK, Paddy, you'd be at it.
Yeah, I might pop over, yeah. Over and back.
But no, it's nice. You know what? It's nice to go back in now with the club into a big game. Like, you know, it's like the season isn't over yet. There's still a lot of football to be played.
Yeah.
So be nice. Once if the weather holds up any bit and you can play proper football, like, it'd be good.
Yeah, and obviously Jonathan Lyne, Keane Gamble, who else from Clarny Legion was on the Kerry team?
Dara Lyne was midfield. Padraig Lucy, Ryan Grady, Brian Kelly.
Okay. So it's a massive boost, obviously, having, you know, a number of players in the mix still playing football over the last 2 months. Well,
we'll see. I mean, like, it's a huge competition for us, that intermediate. Like, it's massive. It's the one that we had obviously highlighted from the start of the year. We have to win that competition to get back up to senior. So we're in the semi-final. Like, to pluck 7 of your better players out of your team for training and everything over the last couple of weeks probably wasn't ideal. Like, you know, even when we're talking about Tyrone last year when they lost a few fellas.
Yeah.
Like, it does bring down the quality of training a small bit, I imagine, but it's just a matter of keeping the show on the road and making sure we're right now for the weekend.
Yeah, fair play. We do have a question in here. Is James going to be there in Rathmore for the homecoming at 5 p.m? Unfortunately, James, we dragged you away from the homecoming this evening, but would you make it out at all this evening before, or are you going to call it a night and just get yourself ready?
Well, I'm not going to go boozing anyway.
Yeah.
We'll keep on the straight and narrow. Don't worry.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be nice now. The boys were texting me there, and it is a bit depressing staying in, but I said it's too important the weekend. Do you know?
Yeah.
Have to be right, and I'm too much of a week getter, as we call it down here, to be able to go out the 2 days and play the weekend. So I'll just get myself right.
Yeah. Okay. James O'Donoghue, thank you very much for making the time for us today on the Football Pod. Brilliant as always. Paddy Andrews, fair play. That is episode 40 in the books. We're getting through the year, boys. We're getting there. We have a big guest on next week. Mark O'Connor is joining us before he heads back to Australia.
Oh,
looking forward to this chat. So
make sure you get his club right now.
I will.
Dingles.
What is it?
Mark O'Connor of Dingles. Okay, all right. And shout out again to Ollie Favre in the Shire for these lovely East Kerry jerseys. I should have gone for the large.
You are benching as well. That's a small jersey, is it?
Hey, James, I'm working now for next year.
I didn't stop eating since you called me skinny 2 weeks ago.
I never said you were skinny. I said you were looking well.
I was on about 5,000 calories a day for the last 2 weeks.
Well done, mate. It paid off. Well done. Fair play. Great watching you yesterday. Flying. Great to see you flying again.
It's magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's class. Well done. All right, lads. Fair play. Thanks everyone for tuning in this week. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of the Football Pod, and we look forward to seeing you then. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, boys.
Good luck, lads.